So I've got some news for you. Your favorite YouTubers are using clickbait. But it's actually not a bad thing. My church's YouTube channel used it and we got our highest performing video. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how the biggest YouTubers get away with using clickbait. Then I'm gonna break down the 3 psychological reasons people click, and stick around to the end because I'm gonna show you how my church used these tactics to get our highest performing video. Now, it's very important that you understand the difference between good and bad clickbait. This Veritasium video does a great job of explaining that.
Now, there seems to be a paradox when it comes to clickbait. People almost universally claim to hate it, but you also see it everywhere. So why is this? Well, one of the problems is we don't all agree on the definition of clickbait. When I Google it, the top definition is, on the internet, content whose main purpose is to attract attention and encourage visitors to click on a link to a particular webpage. We could call this type 1 clickbait, and there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. I mean, if you didn't try to attract attention and get people to click on your links, then you wouldn't really be doing your job. But there's a second definition, one that I think more people ascribe to, which is something such as a headline designed to make readers want to click on a hyperlink, especially when the link leads to content of dubious value or interest. Wikipedia says a defining characteristic of clickbait is that it is sensationalized or misleading.
Now, MrBeast is the king of good clickbait. In his videos, he makes these absolutely absurd claims like,
"Behind me is an assassin, and if he stabs me with this rubber knife by the end of the day, he wins 100 grand.
or,
This is a $1 billion super yacht.
now imagine if you had never heard of MrBeast and you see a video with that title, you would be like, there is no way that this is real. But the reason that it works is because he actually delivers on the promise. So in your own videos, one way to get a lot of people to click is to write down the most absurd claims that you could make for your video. But the trick is you want to actually deliver on those. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, you want to use the thumbnail to really emphasize the feeling of the video. Like in the MrBeast example, the yacht wasn't actually gold, but by making it gold in the thumbnail, it gave it the feeling that it was really expensive. Or in this example, there wasn't a moment in the video where the assassin is literally holding MrBeast down with a knife to his throat. That might be a little intense if there was, but it communicates the feeling of the video in the most interesting way. Now, as I was setting a bunch of these different thumbnails, I found this guide that breaks down the 3 psychological reasons why people click. But not only did he explain those, he also has a resource that gives you YouTube titles and thumbnail templates so you can use these tricks for yourself. So what are the 3 triggers? The first one is desire. Now, an easy example of this is in the finance niche. Some of the highest performing videos use desire in the titles and thumbnails. Like this one. Sitting at 2.9 million views in the first 4 months, this video knows exactly what the viewer wants: to make money. So the title is basically saying, if you watch this video, you're gonna learn how to make $1 million. And then he further emphasizes that point by showing a bank account balance in the thumbnail. So for your own videos, ask yourself, what is the thing that the audience really wants? And then you wanna highlight that in your title and your thumbnail. Now, the second one is one of the most powerful triggers and is used in so many different videos. It's fear. And there's 2 ways that you can use it. The first is emphasizing what the viewer is going to miss out on if they don't watch your video. The channel Film Booth does a good job of this. This video is called "This Stops 95% of YouTubers from Growing." So if you're a YouTuber, you will think, well, I don't want to stop growing, so I should probably watch this video. And the other way is just kind of general fear, because as humans, we're wired to stay away from things that can hurt us, so we're interested in videos that play on our survival instinct. One example of this is this Johnny Harris video called "The Worst War You Never Learned About," which sounds pretty dramatic and a little bit concerning, so people want to find out what it's all about. Now, the third and arguably most powerful trigger is curiosity. This one is used in almost every high performing thumbnail. And the key with this one is you want to make the viewer ask questions. Here's a couple examples of that. In each one of these, they make you ask a question, and the only way to get the answer is by watching the video. Now, when you're first starting this, it's going to be hard to incorporate these different triggers in your own titles and thumbnails. But don't worry, because Jake Thomas has you covered. Every week, he adds to his library of high performing YouTube titles and thumbnails, explains why they work, and actually gives you a structure that you can use in your own videos. If you want to check out that resource, I'll go ahead and put the link to it in the description. Now, with that, what does good clickbait actually look like in practice, and how successful can it be? Well, let me walk you through how my church did it. So part of my day job is helping my church run their YouTube channel. And at the time of this recording, our most popular video is this. And one of the reasons it works so well is because of the title and thumbnail. So a little bit of context. So at the time, the revival happening at Asbury University was like a super hot topic. And everyone and their brother was wanting to know what the heck was happening. And since our lead pastor went down there, we used desire and curiosity to make this title and thumbnail. Using these triggers can supercharge how effective your titles and your thumbnails are. But to make a good title and thumbnail, you need to start with a good idea. And if you want to learn about that, I made this video where I share 2 things that my church did to go from averaging like 30 views per video to having multiple videos with over 100,000 views.